Friday. We're halfway there. All of those things apply this morning. Good morning, everybody. Karen, David included.
Hey guys. Hey Mark. Yeah, David.
Good morning.
Said
Good morning.
We're almost to the weekend.
Yeah, we're always almost to the weekend if you look at it that way.
And I titled this.
Weekend.
I called this one. Is this the best Zoom meeting ever? And if you were with us this morning, you know what Zoom meeting I'm talking about, and we'll get to that in just a quick sec. But first, David, cover that first warning forecast for everybody who's inside, wondering how dang cold it is outside.
It's cold.
Yes.
That cold.
That's it.
Yeah, it's going to be a stretch of cold today. We're starting off in the teens and 20s. Not looking at a ton of snow over the next couple of days, but this weekend we could have a little light accumulation, and then possibly next week. That's another weather maker we're watching. But boy, forecasting the weather this time of year has been frustrating. I can tell you it's going to be cold, but in terms of snow chances, boy, they're all up and down and all over the place.
So we know for sure that we're going to be cold through. I mean, I saw on the 7 day it looked like through at least the early portions of next week, Dave.
Oh yeah, we'll take it into the middle of the month, and after that, it's still kind of a toss up. But yeah, much of this month has just been extra cold, and it's crazy because last week we didn't have much ice out there in the lake, and now almost 80% of the lake is covered in ice. This is one of the quickest cover-ups of the lake, I guess if you want to call it that.
Right.
Since like 2016, there was a stretch of like 5 or 6 days in which it went from no ice cover to almost 80% ice cover.
And David, I remember like a couple of the past Februaries, we've had some mild stretches and days in the 60s. This February just seems like really cold.
Yeah, we've been running pretty well lately in February. Going back to 2015, that was the brutal one. Then after that, 2016, it was a little snowy up and down, but 2017, 2018, 2019, yet weren't bad at all. Yeah. Last one, 2020, we did end up with like 2 feet of snow, but it still wasn't an oppressive month when it comes to like those real cold temperatures. I remember, I think it was 2017, late February, we got to 77 degrees. It was the highest temperature ever recorded in February. Yeah, I remember that day very well. I had to turn on the AC in the car.
Yeah, we just haven't seen a whole lot of melting. It seems like the snow that
not since early January anyway.
Right.
Yeah. It's like we haven't seen the grass in quite some time. So.
Yeah, we've had snow on the ground almost consistently since the middle of last month.
Kara, can you confirm that we're actually live on Facebook right now?
We are. Yeah, okay. It's not showing up here, but it says nearly 50 people tuning in.
Okay, well the reason that I had called this perhaps the best Zoom meeting ever.
And you don't mean this one?
No, not this one. I'm talking about this baby. This one where a lawyer apparently left his cat filter on.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
And the judge kind of called him out on it. And he
I can see that.
I'm not a cat, he says, and the judge says, I can see that.
Mr. Pond,
we love this. This is my favorite moment of the entire morning. Perhaps the last couple of months.
I love how the filter follows
you might
his
want
eyes
to
trying to get out of
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you.
The judge actually worked through this guy, worked through the Zoom meeting settings, apparently to get him to remove that cat filter, but once the cat filter is gone, we don't even know about what's going on in the courtroom anymore.
I think this guy should have played along with it and added a cat filter to it.
I think he knew how. He was so quick.
I think if you click
with the instructions on how to get rid of the filter, I think he knew very well how to put that cat filter on. But that was just classic stuff.
The guy blamed the kids. The kids were on here before me, must have changed some of the filters, but
always blame the kids.
And obviously you can hear kind of the panic in his voice, and he starts to say, I'm not a cat. It's so good. It's just like his initial reaction.
Could you be held in contempt though? Really, when the kitten image is that cute?
Probably not.
I don't.
Can you be held in cat temp?
Contempt.
Oh, okay. No, that
Yes. Let's see. Which is your favorite pun line connected to this story? Paw and order, I've seen.
Cat Zoom catastrophe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, anything catastrophic would definitely work.
You know, we've all been on a Zoom. We've all had to do these virtual meetings, you know, almost for the past year now. Have you guys ever had like a big with Zoom or something embarrassing that happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here at work, not so much. I mean, you know, we did the Zoom. I know way back at the beginning, we did the Zoom haircut when all the barbershops were shut down, and that was a little bit strange at times. Trying to get my wife to cut my hair, going off the instructions that she was getting from Rose at Ambridge Rose over the Zoom connection, but nothing like a cat filter, an unwanted cat filter anyway.
There were a couple times when I was working from home, you know, at the beginning of it all, that my kids would start to filter down the show, and we were live.
Yes.
They never caused, you know, a huge disaster, but there are a couple of commercial breaks where I was like getting cereal ready and plopping them down on the couch and, you know, getting Ninja Turtles queued up so I could get back. That's the only, you know, real thing I can think of. No cat.
Yeah. There was one time at the beginning when I was shifting my set around my house like 8,000 times. But there was one instance where I brought Lainey on air, and the thing is, I mean, she was very young. She wasn't even a year old just yet, and I had all these wires around, and so I'm holding her, and the only way that she's able to actually sit still is to chew on my IFB cord. So I'm like, this probably isn't a good kid toy, but hey, it's at least keeping her occupied for a second.
Reward, yeah. I know Molly, your dog Molly made it into a couple of shots too, David.
Yeah, she's always desperate for attention. So if Lainey steals the show, then she swoops right in afterwards.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, the cat one is the best Zoom meeting ever, I think, so far.
What I question about this whole thing is the fact that in the top left corner it says recording this is prohibited and you could go to jail for 18 years or 18 months or something like that.
Wait, so can we be in trouble now for playing that? Huh?
So this was obviously recorded
or something.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, they knew how good it was. They couldn't keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
And the other guy up in the corner just kind of letting it all waft over him and just take it all in without really being affected one way or another.
You mean Colonel Sanders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Classic.
You have to laugh at that stuff. There's no way you can't. I don't care how serious of a person you are.
It's good. It's really
You have
good.
to laugh.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully we'll do some more laughing about the same time tomorrow when you jump on Facebook Live with us. We love to chat with you, hear what's on your mind. We do it each and every morning, fingers crossed, and we'll do it again tomorrow. So we'll see you then.